Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever been greeted by a man and felt something electric, that subtle spark, that undeniable energy that makes your heart skip a beat? I'm not talking about just any hello. I'm talking about the kind of greeting that reveals what's really going on in his heart before he even says a word. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to spot it, how to recognize when a man is genuinely crazy about you, and why missing these signs could mean missing the most important connection of your life. Get ready, because once you see this, you'll never look at a simple greeting the same way again. Ladies, have you ever noticed the way some men greet you and thought, there's something different about this one? There's a subtle art in the way someone communicates. And often, it's in those tiny details that the truth about their feelings is revealed. A greeting is not just a greeting. It's the very first impression of how someone prioritizes you in their mind, how they value you before words even come into play. And let me tell you something, if a man greets you in a certain way, it can tell you more than 1,000 texts or long conversations ever could. When a man is crazy about you, his greeting is different. It's not the generic, hey, what's up? Or the casual hi. No, it's something more deliberate. It's the kind of greeting that makes you feel seen, that makes you feel like you are the only person in the room. His eyes light up the moment he sees you, and it's not just politeness, it's excitement. That excitement is a signal. It's proof that you occupy space in his thoughts in a way that few others do. Think about it, when we truly care about someone, our bodies react before our minds can even process it. Our posture changes, our energy shifts, and our voice carries a tone of warmth and enthusiasm. So, when he greets you, it's almost instinctive. He can't hide it, and you feel it instantly. There's a difference between a man who is simply being polite and a man whose heart is secretly racing. The first will nod, smile, maybe exchange a few words and move on. The second, he leans in even slightly. His attention is focused, his voice soft but eager. And there's a spark in his eyes, a kind of recognition that you exist to him in a way that is significant, undeniable, and consuming. And here's the crucial part. It's not just in the words he says, it's in the details of his actions. The timing of his greeting, the way he remembers the little things about you, the subtle gestures he makes. These are all signs. If he greets you and somehow makes the effort to make you feel special, even when he's busy, even when there are distractions around him, that's not casual. That's intentional. That's someone whose mind and heart are leaning toward you without him needing to say it outright. Now you might think, but couldn't anyone be nice? Yes, kindness exists. But what separates someone who is genuinely crazy about you from someone who is simply courteous is consistency and intensity. It's not just a one-time moment. It's the energy he brings whenever he sees you, the eagerness in his smile, the subtle mirroring of your gestures, the way he tunes into you as if nothing else matters at that moment. This is not an accident. It is a reflection of his feelings, unfiltered and raw. Another layer to pay attention to is how he balances excitement with composure. A man who is truly smitten will have this delicate dance. He's thrilled to see you, yes, but he's also aware of himself, aware of the impact of his actions, and he doesn't overdo it to the point of desperation. There's a magnetic pull in that balance because it shows he's invested emotionally, but also confident in who he is. He greets you with warmth and intention, but without a hint of neediness, because real attraction thrives in that space of admiration and respect. And let's not underestimate the power of anticipation. When a man is crazy about you, the greeting itself carries weight. It's the culmination of thoughts he's had about you throughout the day, the moments he's imagined, the scenarios he's replayed in his mind. That greeting is a little window into the intensity of his feelings. You don't just get a casual hello, you get the excitement of someone who has been thinking about you and is genuinely thrilled to see you in that very moment. That's what makes it unforgettable. Ladies, the most powerful thing you can do when you recognize this is to allow yourself to feel it. Don't dismiss it as flattery. Don't minimize it as he's just being nice. Pay attention to it. The universe is sending you signals through the way people treat you. A man who greets you with genuine excitement and warmth is revealing his inner world. He's showing you where you stand in his life without needing to spell it out. And once you recognize that, you hold power, not to manipulate, but to respond consciously, to appreciate, to engage, and to see clearly the depth of the attention you are receiving. There's also an emotional intelligence aspect here. A man who greets you like this understands the importance of connection. He's not just focused on himself, he's attuned to how you feel, to how his presence affects you. That's a man who is emotionally mature, who sees the value of investing energy in the people who matter. And when he greets you with that energy, it's more than a greeting, it's a promise, an unspoken message that says, you are on my mind, you matter, I am happy to see you. And here's something women often overlook. The body language that comes with such a greeting is critical. He doesn't just say hello, he opens himself up physically, he shows receptivity. Maybe he mirrors your movement, maybe he leans in slightly, maybe he makes eye contact longer than normal. These are not subtle mistakes, these are signs of someone who is emotionally engaged, even if they're trying to play it cool. You feel the connection before you hear the words because genuine interest carries its own energy. Recognizing this is also about timing and attention. If a man is excited to greet you even in the busiest moments, even when it's inconvenient for him, it's a signal that his priorities are aligned with his heart. He doesn't wait for the perfect moment. He creates a moment to show you that you are important. That intentionality is not random. It's deliberate because it comes from a place of genuine affection and desire. And let's talk about the energy you bring into the encounter. When someone greets you this way, it's not just about him, it's about the synergy between the two of you. You feel it, right? There's an invisible magnetic force that makes your heart lift just a little. That's the feedback loop of attraction in action. He gives you attention, and your response reinforces the connection, creating an energy that is almost tangible. And that, ladies, is the kind of interaction that transforms casual encounters into something unforgettable. Now, it's crucial to understand one thing: not every intense greeting is a commitment. Someone can be thrilled to see you, but still be figuring out their feelings. That's why observation is key. Look at the pattern over time. A man who is truly crazy about you will consistently greet you with excitement, intentionality, and warmth, and he will find ways to maintain that energy even when life gets complicated. That consistency is what distinguishes genuine passion from fleeting enthusiasm. The last thing I want you to recognize is the power of your own awareness. Many women miss these signals because they are distracted, they are overanalyzing, or they simply underestimate the impact of body language and tone. But when you start paying attention, when you start noticing the subtle differences between a routine greeting and a greeting that carries emotional weight, you gain insight into a man's heart. You can see clearly who is invested, who is prioritizing you, and who is showing the kind of attention that is rare and worth appreciating. So, next time a man greets you and you feel that spark, that warmth, that deliberate focus in his eyes and voice, don't brush it off. Recognize it for what it is, a window into his feelings, a glimpse of genuine attraction. Feel it, savor it, and let it inform how you engage with him. Because understanding these subtle signals gives you clarity, confidence, and the ability to navigate relationships with discernment. And when a man greets you like this, know that he is not just seeing you, he is acknowledging your worth, and he is drawn to you in a way that is rare, compelling, and deeply sincere. And here's something else you need to understand. When a man greets you like this, it's not just about attraction, it's about how much he values the connection, even in its simplest form. Think about it. We live in a world where everyone is distracted, where attention is divided 1,000 ways, where people rush past each other without noticing the small moments that make life meaningful. So when a man stops, truly stops, when he shifts his energy to greet you, it's a conscious decision. It's a choice he makes in that instant to prioritize you over everything else. That decision is more telling than words could ever be. Now let's talk about the subtle emotional impact this has on you. When someone greets you with genuine excitement, it triggers a cascade of feelings inside you: validation, joy, anticipation. Your body responds before your mind can even process what's happening. That little flutter in your stomach, that warm feeling in your chest, that's the energy of someone who sees you and recognizes your value. It's not manipulation, it's chemistry and genuine emotion. in its rawest form. And when you start recognizing these patterns, it gives you a powerful lens to view your relationships through. You also need to notice the difference between superficial charm and real attention. There are men who are charismatic, who can charm almost anyone in a room, who can greet you with a dazzling smile and smooth words. But if you pay attention, you'll notice the difference. Charm is fleeting, it's general, it's not personalized. A man who is truly crazy about you doesn't just flash a smile and say, "Hello." He greets you in a way that reflects the history he's building with you, the unique way he sees you, and the way he wants to engage with your presence. There's intention behind it. There's thoughtfulness. There's an emotional fingerprint that no one else can replicate. And let's be honest, ladies, this kind of greeting does something deeper than make you feel noticed. It makes you feel powerful. There's an undeniable shift in energy when someone is drawn to you in a way that's intense but respectful. You start to understand your own worth, because the greeting doesn't just reflect him, it reflects the impact you have on the world around you. When someone lights up just by seeing you, it's a reflection of the magnetic energy you carry, whether you even realize it or not. It's a reminder that attention, excitement, and care are not things you have to beg for. They are things you naturally attract when you show up fully as yourself. And here's another key insight. This type of greeting often comes paired with subtle forms of emotional investment. It's not just a hello, it's an opening. A man who is truly crazy about you will often leave space in that moment for connection. He might ask a question that shows curiosity. He might notice a small detail about your appearance or mood. He might inject humor or warmth that is perfectly timed. This is someone who is emotionally engaged, someone who is not just seeing you, but seeking to understand you. That's rare, that's significant. And that's why it matters so much when you recognize it. Now, let's talk about what this does over time. A single greeting can be powerful, but repeated, consistent greetings create something extraordinary. They build anticipation, they build trust, they build a sense of intimacy even before words get heavy. Each time he greets you with that excitement, your brain takes note. It's creating a pattern of connection that becomes emotionally meaningful. Over time, this is what differentiates casual interactions from relationships with depth and potential. Every greeting is a building block in the foundation of attraction and emotional closeness. And it's not just about the immediate moment. A man who greets you this way is also sending a subtle signal about his priorities in life. He's showing you that you matter enough to occupy space in his thoughts, that he's willing to show up emotionally, that he's capable of attention and presence. These are not small things. They are foundational traits of someone who can be emotionally invested, consistent, and capable of deep connection. When you notice this, you start to see the difference between someone who is simply passing time with you and someone who is genuinely drawn to you at a profound level. Let's also touch on the element of anticipation and energy. There's a unique thrill when a man greets you like this because it creates a sense of expectation. You feel it before you even process it. There's a little spark in the air, a subtle electricity that makes your heart beat a bit faster. That energy is contagious. It makes you more alive, more alert, more attuned to the possibilities of the connection. And it's not something that can be faked indefinitely, because energy like this is rooted in genuine feeling. It's a true reflection of desire and emotional investment. And here's a nuance most people miss. A man who greets you with this kind of intensity doesn't just see you in isolation. He sees your impact on the world around you. He notices your presence, your energy, the way you move, the way you interact with others. And when he focuses that attention specifically on you, it's a powerful affirmation that you stand out in a way that is meaningful, captivating, and impossible to ignore. That's why the greeting Faye. Different. It's not generic, it's personal. It's a recognition of the unique combination of qualities that make you who you are. This also teaches us something crucial about attraction. It's as much about emotional resonance as it is about physical presence. A man who greets you like this is responding to the energy you radiate, the authenticity you bring, the way you inhabit your life. He's picking up on cues that are subtle but potent: confidence, warmth, kindness, curiosity, humor. And when he channels that into a greeting, he's saying without words that he values the person you are, not just the image you project. That's why it's such a reliable signal of genuine interest. And now, let's bring in the element of emotional timing. Notice how a man who is crazy about you will often greet you with excitement, even in unexpected moments, when he's busy, when he's preoccupied, when the environment isn't ideal. That's because his attention toward you is not situational, it's constant. You are present in his mind in a way that transcends convenience. That's a critical distinction. The true measure of emotional investment is consistency, and it often manifests in these small, seemingly simple gestures like a greeting. Furthermore, there's an authenticity to this type of greeting that is palpable. You don't feel the need to analyze it or question it. You feel it immediately. His body language, his tone, his eye contact, his smile, all of it aligns with the energy he's conveying. There's no dissonance, no hidden agenda, no ambiguity. And when you feel this, it's transformative because it validates your own intuition. You start trusting yourself more to read people accurately, to recognize genuine affection, and to respond appropriately. And one of the most overlooked aspects of this is the ripple effect it creates. A man who greets you with this level of enthusiasm does just impact you. He impacts your day, your energy, your mindset. You leave that encounter feeling lighter, brighter, more alive. It's a reminder of the power of human connection and the impact that one person's attention and genuine presence can have. That, ladies, is why recognizing this kind of greeting is not just about understanding him. It's about understanding the way meaningful energy works in relationships. Finally, it's worth emphasizing that the power of this greeting is magnified by your awareness and response. When you notice, when you allow yourself to feel it, when you engage consciously, you elevate the interaction. You signal that you see the effort, that you appreciate the attention, that you recognize the energy being directed toward you. That acknowledgement doesn't just reinforce his feelings, it creates a deeper, more reciprocal connection. And that, in essence, is the magic behind a greeting like this. It's a small gesture with enormous implications, a simple act that opens doors to emotional intimacy, attraction, and connection in ways that words alone cannot achieve. And here's something that is absolutely crucial to understand. When a man greets you like this, it's a reflection not only of attraction, but of admiration. There is a depth in the way he acknowledges you that goes beyond superficial interest. It's an almost unconscious recognition of your presence, your energy, your essence. He sees something in you that resonates with him on a deeper level, and that is why his greeting carries weight. This isn't casual, and it's not something that can be manufactured without genuine feeling behind it. It's instinctive, it's emotional, and it's telling you something incredibly important, that you matter to him. Notice the small details, because this is where the truth lies. The way he tilts his head slightly, the way his eyes light up, the subtle shift in posture when he recognizes you. It's all communication without words. He might not say, "I've been thinking about you all day," but his greeting tells you exactly that. When someone is truly captivated, every part of them communicates it, their voice, their hands, their expression. And these signals are far more reliable than anything that can be texted or spoken. They are raw, unfiltered, and real. Now, let's dive into the psychology of why this matters so much. When a man greets you with genuine excitement, he's engaging in what psychologists call attentional investment. This means he is directing his cognitive and emotional resources toward you, prioritizing your presence over other distractions. And the more consistently he does this, the more it reflects the depth of his feelings. This is not a small thing. In a world filled with distraction, attention is one of the greatest gifts a person can offer. And when it's directed toward you with intent and energy, it's a declaration in itself. Another aspect to notice is how his greeting affects the dynamics between the two of you. A man who approaches you with this level of enthusiasm subtly shifts the energy of the room. He elevates the moment. He changes the emotional landscape just by acknowledging you in this way. This is a sign of someone who is emotionally aware, someone who understands the power of presence. He's not just saying hello, He's creating an experience. He's making the encounter memorable, even before any words are exchanged. And that is the kind of attention that leaves a lasting imprint. Let's talk about authenticity, because this is a key marker. There's a difference between someone who is performative and someone whose excitement is genuine. Performative energy feels heavy, calculated, and often inconsistent. Genuine energy, on the other hand, is effortless. It flows naturally from heart. When a man is genuinely crazy about you, you feel it immediately. It's unmistakable. His energy matches his intentions. His excitement is not fleeting, it's consistent and true. That authenticity is magnetic. It draws you in because it resonates with your own desire for honesty and connection. And the beauty of this type of greeting is that it opens a door to emotional intimacy. When someone greets you with care and enthusiasm, it signals that he is invested in the connection at a level beyond the superficial. This is someone who wants to see you, truly see you. It's a moment of recognition, a microcosm of attention and appreciation. And when you allow yourself to feel this, when you embrace it rather than dismiss it, you are participating in a dynamic that builds trust and emotional resonance. You are acknowledging that your presence matters and that your energy is being reciprocated in a meaningful way. There's also an element of anticipation that is important to highlight. A greeting like this is not just about the immediate moment, it's about the build-up that leads to it. He has been thinking about you, maybe consciously, maybe subconsciously, and that anticipation shows in the energy he brings. There is a vibrancy in the way he approaches you, a subtle tension that communicates interest, desire, and emotional engagement. And when you recognize that, you start to see the difference between superficial interactions and interactions that carry real weight. Let's also consider the role of consistency. One powerful greeting is meaningful, but repeated, consistent greetings are transformative. They create a rhythm, a pattern that signals reliability, attentiveness, and genuine interest. This is not random. It's a reflection of emotional investment over time. The man who is truly crazy about you will not just greet you like this once, he will do it again and again, because it's a reflection of the priority you hold in his life. This consistency builds a foundation of trust and emotional security, even in subtle ways that many people overlook. And there is something incredibly empowering about recognizing this. When you start paying attention to these signals, when you notice the difference between casual politeness and heartfelt greeting, you gain insight into human behavior and attraction. You start to see patterns, to understand motivations, and to navigate relationships with clarity and confidence. You learn to trust your instincts, to observe the energy people bring into your life, and to respond intentionally. That awareness is not just useful, it's transformative. Now, let's explore the subtle power dynamics at play. A man who greets you with this level of excitement is often balancing desire with respect. He is drawn to you, yet he is conscious of his approach. There is a tension between enthusiasm and restraint that is deeply attractive because it signals emotional maturity. He is not desperate, he is engaged. He is not overwhelming, he is compelling. This balance creates a magnetic pull that draws you in and makes the interaction feel alive and electric. And the physical cues matter too. Pay attention to posture, eye contact, and micro-expressions. A genuine greeting is embodied. It is visible in every gesture. Maybe he leans in slightly, mirroring your energy. Maybe he holds your gaze a moment longer than expected. Maybe his smile reaches his eyes in a way that is unmistakably sincere. These small, almost imperceptible cues are packed with meaning. They are the language of attraction that speaks louder than words ever could. Let's also discuss the ripple effect. When someone greets you like this, it changes the energy of your day. It can lift your mood, boost your confidence, and make you feel valued and appreciated. That's powerful. Attention like this is not trivial. It shapes emotional experience. And when you recognize it, you can consciously engage with it, allowing it to influence your own energy positively. You can respond with authenticity, warmth, and gratitude, which in turn strengthens the connection even further. There's also an important lesson about timing and attention. A man who is genuinely interested will greet you with this energy regardless of circumstance. He doesn't wait for the perfect moment, he creates the moment. Even when he is busy, distracted, or preoccupied, he makes the effort to show you that you matter. That intentionality is rare, and it speaks volumes about the level of emotional investment he is willing to commit. And one final nuance to consider is the feedback loop that occurs in these moments. Your response matters. When you notice, acknowledge, and respond to his energy, it reinforces the connection. It validates the attention he is giving and creates a dynamic of mutual engagement. This is not about manipulation. It's about consciously participating in the energy that naturally exists between two people. It's about recognizing the power of small gestures to build emotional depth over time. This type of greeting also signals respect, admiration, and attentiveness. It communicates that he values your presence, that he has thought about you, and that he is emotionally present. And when you begin to see these patterns clearly, it empowers you to navigate relationships with confidence. You can discern between fleeting charm and genuine interest, between casual attention and emotional investment. You start to understand the signals, and that understanding, NG, allows you to respond in a way that is authentic, confident, and intentional. Ultimately, the way a man greets you reveals much more than a simple hello. It's a mirror of his emotional state, a reflection of his priorities, and a window into the level of interest he has in you. The nuances, the timing, the energy, the consistency, the physical cues, all converge to create a signal that is unmistakable when you know what to look for. And recognizing this is empowering. It allows you to engage with clarity, to appreciate the attention you are given, and to respond in a way that strengthens meaningful connection.